Nothing But the Words, episode number 125, 3 Big Reasons Not to Use ChatGPT to Write Your Book. Hey there, and welcome to Nothing But the Words. I'm your book coach, Candace L. Davis. I hope your week and your writing are both going really, really well as always. In the course of just 1 week, 3 different coaching clients asked me about using ChatGPT to write their books or their book proposals. And I have been putting off talking about this topic because it's a big topic and it's changing so quickly as technology does, but it does need to be addressed. So in this episode, I want to tell you why it's a terrible and potentially costly idea for authors, especially those of you who are serious about your books and your professional reputation, to use ChatGPT and other AI software as it exists right now to write your books. Not a good idea at all. Before we dive into all things AI, I want to share an opportunity with you that I'm super, super excited about. I have just opened up a limited number of spaces for 30 days of audio-based book coaching and accountability. I've done this kind of coaching in the past for shorter periods, but I have found that most people want or need longer ongoing support. So a weekend or week wasn't enough for most people. 30 days seems like a better option. And the purpose of this coaching is to give you the support you need to develop your book idea, to develop your book proposal, and to keep showing up for your writing. You will use the free Voxer app on your phone or on your computer to communicate with me about your book. And you can send me text messages or voice messages to ask any questions you have about writing, publishing, or marketing your book independently or through traditional means. You can give me your writing schedule so I can help you stay accountable to it. You can run your book ideas by me so we can strengthen them and develop them and really go deeper with them. If you're looking for a traditional book deal, we can talk through your book proposal and what you should include. Really, you can talk through any part of the writing and publishing process, or reach out to me whenever you feel stuck. If this sounds like something that would be of interest to you, you can sign up at CandaceLDavis.com/30 days. And if you register by Tuesday, March 18th, you will save 40% because it is currently at an introductory rate. Okay, on to AI, ChatGPT, all of that good stuff. And let me start by saying, even if it sounds like it, I am not anti-technology. I am not anti-AI at all. Actually, far, far from it. In fact, I expect AI to eventually have a really positive impact on the publishing industry. At the very least, we might finally get a spelling and grammar checker that's actually worth something and works. I am not happy with any of them that currently exist. And I imagine there will one day be paid AI software that we pay for, that will write books in an ethical, if not super creative manner. So why do I suggest you stay away from ChatGPT when you're writing your book? Well, there are lots of reasons. But right now, on this episode, I will just share 3 incredibly important reasons with you. Now, everything I'm sharing here applies not only to writing a book you plan to self-publish, but also to writing a book proposal in pursuit of a traditional book deal. So here are 3 reasons why you should not use ChatGPT or similar software to write your book. And I actually asked ChatGPT about this topic, and the first 2 reasons I'm going to give you came from the source itself. So reason number 1, using ChatGPT or similar software can result in legal issues for your book. Now, here's the quote from ChatGPT. Here's what the software itself had to say. Publishing a book by ChatGPT could lead to legal issues, especially if the book contains copyrighted content or if the AI model has been trained on proprietary information. What this means is that ChatGPT might give you someone else's copyrighted material to include in your book or your book proposal if you're using it for that purpose. So you could essentially be plagiarizing someone else's work without even knowing it. Unfortunately, if that ended up in court, ignorance would be unlikely to save you. Just saying, I didn't know this was wrong, usually doesn't work in a court of law. And if you're wondering, well, how would anyone even know I use ChatGPT? there is already software available and more is being developed to identify AI-created content. There's software that publishers can use to identify plagiarism, but there's also software specifically designed to identify content created using AI. Part of the reason for this is, of course, schools are worried about students using AI to write dissertations and thesis and what else, essays and all that good stuff. And so this software is in development and already exists. And even if no one ever challenges your right to the material, keep in mind that the same phrases, sentences, and paragraphs that this software gives to you, it is also giving to other users. So your book might say exactly what the book next to it says, and that is a great way to lose your readers' trust. Not a good idea. You could run into legal issues when you use ChatGPT to write your book or your proposal. Okay, on to reason number 2. This is a big one. You cannot copyright content created by or with AI software. Once again, you could go through the process, but remember, if anyone checks, they can figure it out. So quoting ChatGPT again, here's what it had to say. Intellectual property. Since ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence language model trained on vast amounts of text data, the ownership of the book would be a matter of debate. It would raise questions about who owns the copyright of the content. So remember, this AI software is scraping lots of content from all over the internet. Some of that content is already copyrighted. Some of it is just created by someone else. So why should you be the owner just because you compiled it all together in your book, giving no credit to any other sources? Any book you write with ChatGPT or using AI software cannot be protected by copyright. So what that means is if I figure out that you wrote your book using AI, I can come along and play with your content. Anyone who wants to can come along and use your content in any number of ways without compensating you for it, because guess what? You don't own a copyright for it. Now, I am sure the law will eventually catch up to technology. It always does. But for now, your AI-created content work has no copyright protection. The law will eventually catch up, but your AI-created content at this moment does not have copyright protection. There was actually a court case in which it was not a court case. There was actually a case before the Copyright Office, the US Copyright Office, in which they decided that a comic book for which the images had been created using similar software for images, an AI software for images, could not be copyrighted. So the US Copyright Office looked at the comic book and said, you wrote the content yourself, that's protected by copyright. However, you did not create the images. The images were created by artificial intelligence and therefore cannot be copyrighted. The Copyright Office does not copyright anything that wasn't created by humans. So if you find yourself in the predicament, one woman had a photo that was taken by a monkey that she wanted to copyright. The Copyright Office said, no way, it has to be a human. They're saying the same thing about artificial intelligence software. If you, the human, did not create it on your own, they are rejecting it at this moment. Do I think that will always be the case? Absolutely not. Okay. And reason number 3 why you should absolutely not use ChatGPT or other AI software to write your book or your book proposal actually didn't come from ChatGPT. This one came from a conversation I had with my friend Candace Hickman. Candace is a life coach and she is the creator of The Slow Year. And we were just having a conversation, catching up on business and work ideas, and this topic came up. And here's what we talked about, and this was really inspired by Candace. Reason number 3, when you use ChatGPT to write your book, you miss out on all the benefits of actually writing a book. Now, if you're a person who just wants to generate a book with your name on it, something to sell, then you probably don't care about that, right? The only benefit you want is the money. Got it. But my clients are not those people. My clients are people who want the benefits of becoming an author, of course, right? They want a new income stream, a book deal, speaking engagements, media opportunities, or whatever is important to them. But they also want more. Now, here's some of the more you get from writing your own book. You will stretch and grow in your area of expertise at a deeper level than you could with almost any other process when you write a book about it. You will challenge yourself to tell your story or share your ideas in new ways so that they benefit your readers even more. You'll do your own research, and in the process, you'll stumble upon information you didn't even know you needed, but which makes your book and your work so much better than it would otherwise be. When you write your own book, you will make connections and develop new philosophies, maybe even changing your opinion on certain topics as you write the book. You'll access the deeper wisdom hidden beneath the facts and the surface knowledge that comes so easily when you talk about your topic, when you sit down to actually write a book about it. You will go deeper. You are a creative being. You do not need a software to create for you. And keep in mind, if you don't use your creativity, it atrophies like an unused muscle. If you don't challenge your own ideas, you stop growing. If you don't write your own book, you will never know how great and unique it could have been. If you care about the quality of your book and its lasting legacy and its positive impact, know that your readers do not want a bland concoction created by an app. They want you. They want your personality, your ideas, your character, and your stories. AI is not going away, and I think it will eventually be a benefit to our society and to the publishing industry. But don't look for the shortcut if you want to write a book. Don't expect more from your book than you are willing to put into it. Invest your time, your effort, your resources in your book at the same level that you want to benefit from it. If you're interested in coaching to help you do that, check out my 30-day book coaching and accountability package at CandiceLDavis.com/30 days. That's all for this week's episode, my friends. I'm sure we will talk more about AI in the future. Thanks for listening to Nothing But the Words. I'm your book coach, Candice L. Davis, and I'll see you next time.